course. Not only that, he's a tremendous educator and teacher. Has great bumper stickers in his class, like, it'll be a great day when the schools get all the money they need and the Air Force has to hold a bake sale to buy a bomber. If you think education is expensive, try ignorance. I'm going to send another sticker that says honor teachers. But the one that I wanted to really give to him, he said he had it already there, but that he would deserve, and probably could have been designed with him in mind. It's a new sticker that says, it's too bad that the people who should be running the country are all busy teaching school. So, without any further ado, my honor to introduce the host of the Music Never Stops that goes on tonight. You'll all be listening, right? On
KPFK.
Yeah. All right. And I'm sure Barry will say hi to all of us out there. Make sure you're listening. Barry Smolin! Oh, it's okay.
He needs to have the tree behind him. He wants a tree?
Okay. Okay. You all want to sit down here? Okay. Good idea. You set it up. Come move in close, though, everybody.
Can we sit for a little while?
Bring your chairs in, right in here.
He's got to be by the tree.
Wind is blowing this way. My bumper sticker. Is this your doggy? No, but
I have a master's degree. He has to be with the tree behind him. I'm not quite sure.
Everybody?
It's kind of defining for some reason. I'm not sure.
Can everybody move in right now? Move in as close as you can. There's some room over here. The closer you can be, the better it is, because it's still hard to hear. Everyone will just come in, bring your chair, or
I get Marissa.
make yourself comfy.
I'm honored that Jerry asked me to come do this. I don't have a speech planned. I didn't even know what Jerry actually wanted me to talk about. Just talk about yourself.
I didn't either.
Yeah. He said just talk about yourself, and I'm always happy to do that. But I did want to make a few points because I so respect what all of you folks do, and I know how it has become more and more overwhelming to try to make a difference in this world as the problems get bigger and seem insurmountable. And it starts to feel like your individual ability to do anything at all is futile. And I guess I want to make sure you never let yourself feel that way. And part of it is what I found is letting the problems intimidate you, the hugeness of them. And certainly we are in a world of trouble, and I use those words specifically, a world. The world is in trouble. But you can't allow the hugeness of the problem to stop you from doing what you do. And I wanted to share with you just a couple of stories. One little bit of wisdom that I received when I was a little kid. I was 9 years old, absolutely obsessed with radio. I used to listen, I grew up in Los Angeles, I used to listen to 93 KHJ, Boss Radio. And my hero, my childhood hero, was a DJ named The Real Don Steele.
Oh, yeah.
And my dad, who was a wonderful guy, saw this obsession happening. I used to, starting from the age of 9 to about the age of 13, I used to do a fake radio show in my bedroom every Saturday morning from 6 to 10 a.m. I built a little studio in the corner of my bedroom, microphone, record player. Yeah, and I was 9 when it started, so I was plundering my parents' record collection. A little bit later, I started saving my allowance to ride my bicycle up to Wallace Music City on Sunset and Vine. Anybody remembers that place at all? An amazing place. And started to buy my own records. my dad saw how serious I was about radio, and he knew that the DJs from KHJ all hung out at a restaurant called Nick Odell
Oh, I heard of
on
that.
Melrose, which is not there anymore. It's now all Paramount Studios.
I remember Nick.
And he took me when I was 9 to Nick Odell, not telling me who I was going to see there. And there were all of my heroes, especially in walks the real Don Steele, who was like a god to me. And my dad said, he was so safe love, we have to talk to him. I was so shy. Like, my dad insisted, that's what dads do. He took me over and introduced me, and Don Steele was unbelievably nice to me. Beyond even just encouraging me in my love of radio, he said, why don't you come by the station and watch me do the show?
Oh, wow.
I couldn't believe that I was actually going to see what it looked like. See Don Steele do his radio show. I don't know how many of you have a fascination with radio, but I have found that like when even friends of mine come to watch me do the show, KPFK, people that are, they're in TV and movies and things like that, and they're no stranger to studios. And when they come into a radio studio, they're in awe because radio is so intimate and it is so mysterious because you're not seeing it. You listen to it and you imagine it in your head. So it's a long-winded way of getting to the point. I went to watch Don Steele do his radio show. It would have been the 1970s, and was fortunate all and blown away. And when it was all over, he asked me if I had any questions, and I said, "Isn't it scary to know that you're talking to so many thousands of people?" And he said, "Well, you see," he said, "I'm not talking to thousands. I'm talking to one person. When I do my radio show, I close my eyes and I picture one person. That's what I do my show. When you go into radio, I want you to remember that." And I did. To this day, I close my eyes and I imagine a face, and that's my audience. One person at a time. And that simple wisdom is something that not only has served me in radio, but radio is just something I do because I love it. KPFK, I don't get paid anything to volunteer there like everybody else. I'm a teacher.